Tuesday's election is sneaking up on us, now just 2 days away. Today marked the last day for in-person absentee voting, but of course you can still vote at the polls on Election Day. And if you're new to Wisconsin and not a registered voter here, you can register at your polling place ahead of voting on Tuesday. If you're wondering where's the polling place I'm supposed to be, just visit myvote.wi.gov. There you can put in your address and it'll direct you to the correct voting location for you on Tuesday. Voters here in Madison will have two choices to make, deciding which two of the three mayoral candidates on the ballot will advance to April's general election. Now, incumbent Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway is seeking a second term in office. Gloria Reyes, a former president of the MMSD school board, as well as former deputy mayor, launched her campaign last November. And Scott Kerr, who's worked for the city of Madison for more than 4 decades, is the third candidate on the ballot. There's a much bigger important race, though, that applies to all Wisconsin voters, and that's the open seat on the state Supreme Court. The open seat means the court's 4-3 conservative majority is at stake. Now, 4 judges are on the ballot, and 2 top vote-getters will be advancing to April's general election. So here they are. Waukesha County Judge Jennifer Duro is well known for presiding over the Darrell Brooks trial last year. Then you have former Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice Daniel Kelly, who's running to rejoin the state's highest court. Milwaukee County Judge Janet Prasewicz and Dane County Judge Everett Mitchell fill out that ballot. Now again, the 2 judges who receive the most votes will advance to the April 4th general election. And arguably the biggest issue driving voters to the polls this week is abortion. And earlier today, a coalition of pro-choice voters took to the state capitol to talk about just that. Our Braden Ross was at the Capitol this afternoon and heard from activists who say reproductive rights are their top priority.
Dozens gathered at the Wisconsin State Capitol Sunday with one major issue in mind.
Our state Supreme Court can make a ruling to finally say once and for all that an 1849 law that attacks abortion rights and reproductive justice is fundamentally unconstitutional.
When Roe v. Wade was overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court last summer, Wisconsin reverted to an 1849 law banning the procedure in almost all cases. Shortly after, Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul filed a lawsuit challenging that law.
Right now, that case is still pending with the Dane County Circuit Court, and we assume whatever they rule will be appealed to eventually get to the state Supreme Court. And we're hoping they would find that law unconstitutional because other laws have been passed that supersede that 1849 ban, but that would at least get it to a point where abortions could be performed in the state again.
In the primary on Tuesday, voters will choose between 4 candidates to fill one open seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court, 2 conservatives and 2 liberals. The 2 highest vote-getters will advance to the general election on April 4th. If a liberal candidate wins there, the court's current conservative majority would flip. Speakers at today's press conference included healthcare workers, labor rights activists, and even some who shared their own emotional experiences with abortion.
If this situation were to happen to me today in Wisconsin, I would have no choice. I would have no choice. I would have potentially delivered my son Leo and watched him die.
Despite their diverse backgrounds, they all delivered the same message.
If you think your vote doesn't count, it does.
For News 3 Now, I'm Braden Ross.